Worst universes in TV. Okay, listen, I've done movies, I've done video games, I even did horror games because I didn't think that the I Survive series actually do as well as it did, okay? Like, I understand this, bro. I'm still very new to the YouTube game. I'm still figuring out what works, bro. Like, from my point of view, I'm just talking into a camera, and every once in a while, I get rewarded more than I expect. And for whatever reason, the Would I Survive series, no matter what it is, just seems to work. So I'm gonna ride that wave much like I rode the Aura wave, and I still got a few Aura videos that I gotta make. And we're gonna round out the trilogy and go over TV shows with the worst universes, okay? I think you guys are aware of how the rules work here. I name a universe like Attack on Titan, and then I just run through all of the ways that I'm either cooked or I have a pretty solid chance at surviving, okay? And listen, we're gonna be doing that for everything from, again, Attack on Titan, Peaky Blinders, Adventure Time, and I'm gonna be real, I'm just gonna cook The Walking Dead for like a solid 10 minutes. It's gonna be a bit, bro. Like, I feel the rant coming on, and there's a new thing that I'm gonna do with every single time I feel like I'm about to have a crash out. I'm gonna give you a crash out warning, because some of these, I think it's just gonna happen. Like, Attack on Titan's the first one I'm covering, and I do want to talk about something, and that might be a crash out. And with all that out of the way, I don't want to have a long-winded intro here. I'm conserving my energy for the rants. Please consider like, comment, and subscribe. We are trying to get to 250,000 subscribers before the end of the year. And if let's get delusional, boys. 500,000 subscribers before the release of GTA 6. I know. The original goal, believe it or not, was 100,000 before the release of GTA 6. And, listen, EthanOnEverything 1, GTA on 6-0, boys! Let's try to make this 2-0, baby. Let's try to get 500,000 subscribers before the release of GTA 6. Okay, if that sounds fun to you, do it. If it doesn't, still do it. I'm sorry, I'm peer pressing you into a subscribe, okay? That's what we're gonna be doing. With all that out of the way, let's get into the worst TV universes that I may or may not survive in. Let's go. Attack on Titan. Okay, let me tell you what I gotta deal with in Attack on Titan. If I'm on the island of Paradis, which is basically Madagascar but inverted, and yes, that canonically that's what it is. Okay, I'm over here vibing, trying to live my best life, and then a 120-foot tall naked man that is deformed comes in and eats my family. Okay, from that point on, I'm probably gonna try to join the Scouts, and I'm still probably cooked. Like, that's another thing. Like, bro, like, I love Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan is one of my all-time favorite series, bro. But here's the problem. It's kind of weird how they preface in the beginning that the Scouts are, like, the most dangerous of all of the jobs that you can have. But yet, like, they're actually fairly successful, like, the moment our story begins. Like, I know it's plot armor and everything, but, like, I mean, actually, the first mission was absolutely terrible. That being said, yeah, no, maybe the Scouts are an actual awful job, so I'm pretty much cooked here. However, that's only the beginning, bro, because once you get past all of the Titans, you get past all of that, then you have to deal with Eren Yeager basically deciding today is the day to launch the final solution, but in reverse, and does it to everybody else except for the people on Paradis. And let me just tell you something, this is where the crash out's gonna begin, bro. Eren Yeager is almost 100% justified to do what he did. Almost 100%. I'm sorry, like, I mean almost, because it's inherently flawed of what he's trying to do. But he almost had zero options. I'm sorry, you're dealing with a world that is actively trying to figure out ways to either exterminate you, or, let's just not say that. They not only laugh at the idea of trying to negotiate with you, they treat it as the highest amount of blasphemy that you could ever utter. Oh, you really want to negotiate with the Paradis demons? You want to negotiate? Straight to the camps. Straight to the camps, bro. And listen, bro, it's not subtle at all with what it's trying to do. I mean, it's just not. And I'm sorry, bro, if I'm Eren Yeager, I don't owe y'all anything. I don't. You want war? Okay, bro, we can do that. You actually, no. The people, okay, that suffered the rumbling, it's not that they want war, brother. They want slaughter. That's what they want. They don't want it in an organized group between two armed men and duking it out to decide the fate of civilians. No, no, no. They want to exterminate your people. And the only reason that they haven't done it is because they do not have the arms to do so. Okay? They want to contain your people and slowly whittle them away into nothing. I'm sorry, if I'm Eren Yeager, dog, alright, let's keep the numbers equal, bro. The rumbling is beginning. I'm gonna keep it real, bro. Eren Yeager is, terrible thing. Terrible thing. But I understand why. And at the end of the day, if you give me those options, oh yeah, understand this. You are going to be persecuted for the crimes of your ancestors that you not only have no knowledge that they committed, you have none of the... You didn't inherit the benefits of your ancestors. You inherited the very trauma and punishments of your ancestors. You are trapped on this island to be hunted for the rest of your days, bro. That is what your life is, man. Okay, by a group of people that you not only should not feel any vengeance for, but you should feel thankful that they allowed you to live. No! I'm sorry, bro. I love how it's written. I do love how Attack on Titan is written. And, the beautiful part of it, it's a continuing of the cycle of, pain begets pain, war begets war. And that's the cycle that Eren Yeager is stuck in. From a young boy that watched his parents die and wages this internal vengeance on the very creatures that did it, to finding out why he was in that situation and realizing, I have to do this to my parents in order for those I love to live. And it's that chains inside of Eren Yeager all throughout the series that I think is masterful. I think the way that Eren Yeager goes from a stereotypical protagonist to being a guy that does something that is evil. It's an evil thing. But I understand the justifications for it. And I'm gonna be real with you, probably would have done it. Probably would have. If you gave me that, I'm supposed to just forgive the very people that, yes, my ancestors persecuted, but what did they do the moment they had the ropes of power? They persecuted us. You want to talk about, oh, we must end the cycle, be the bigger person. I'll be the bigger person when they're down. Okay? When society as they've built it is gone, then we can be the bigger person. It reminds me of a quote I heard a while back. And it was, you can't expect a negotiation between one man that is armed and one man that is on his knees. You can expect a conversation between one man that has a stick and one that has a force multiplier. But when both men have, listen, YouTube terms are ruining this. But when two men are armed equally, that is when two men can come to negotiate. That is not the situation that we are in. Parody is on the chopping block. And to have this negotiation, we gotta bring them all down. They had their chance to become the bigger people. They didn't want to do it. They became the very oppressors that they were oppressed by. They became what my ancestors were. The oppressed became the oppressors. And now it's my turn to bring us all back down to equal. That is what I think about Eren Yeager. In terms of surviving in this world, almost zero. Bro, it's awful. Is it the worst? Maybe not. Actually, it's up there, bro. I think I'm gonna put Attack on Titan on the worst. Why? It's so close that I feel like I gotta put it there to start out with, and I'm willing to move it down. But either I'm living on the island of parody, or I'm the one that gets, I don't know, rumbled. Bro, you gotta get humbled, get the rumble, bro. That's what happens, bro. I'm putting it in the worst. Star Trek. Words cannot describe how much I fucking hate Star Trek, bro. I hate this universe so much, bro. It is everything that I dislike about sci-fi rolled into one. And listen, the only thing that I will thank Star Trek for is that they kept the lights on in science fiction for a good decade. But my old grandpa, who has been saying, who's starting to lose it a little bit, I gotta put my hand on their shoulder and say, it's time for you to get in the fucking home. I'm sorry, at this point, just retire it. Who actually watches Star Trek now? No, did you know that they're still going on? They not only are still going on, they have 3 separate TV shows. And I'm convinced that the only reason it's still around is that there's a guy that, like, his whole livelihood depends on this. Like, I think Star Trek is an IP that is on life support that they don't want to let go because they know they will never be able to resurrect it. That's another thing. Like, you could put down Star Wars, and I am telling you, on my heart of hearts, on my soul, if they retired Star Wars, they would reboot it in 2 decades. If you got rid of Star Wars, I'd give it 20 years, and they would reboot the entire thing. I'm telling you they would. Star Trek, you can't. You would not be able to reboot the entirety of Star Trek, bro. And in terms of surviving in this universe, solid. It's a solid way of life, bro. It's just Star Wars, but way more boring, bro. How do you take something like space travel and you make that shit boring? It bothers me, bro. And I know it's become like a joke. Man, this has been like a crass out the entire time. Sorry, I didn't give you a crass out warning. Bro, I hate Star Trek so much, man. It annoys me. And it doesn't help that it insists upon itself to a level or degree that if I don't like it, it's like, oh, what do you mean you don't like Star Trek? Don't you know that we were around before Star Wars? But man, it's only you that you don't understand it. Yeah, I don't understand it because I don't fucking care, bro. I don't care, bro. Oh, well, Star Trek is just, fantasy in space. And you're boring. And you're boring, dog. You're like the accountant of the sci-fi universe. Actually, no. I don't even know what you do, dog. I don't even know. You got Nepo babied into the modern pop culture. Oh, phoning Spock. I don't even care about that reference, dog. Who does that? May the Force be with you. Everybody understands that. Peace among worlds. Who gives a shit, bro? Am I surviving in it? Yeah, bro, it's solid. It's solid, man. Yeah, what up? Get it out of my face, bro. I would rather struggle. Peaky Blinders. Listen, horrifically underrated series. Horrifically underrated, dog. Let me tell you something, man. Peaky Blinders, the biggest problem that Peaky Blinders had is because it was going on at the same time as Breaking Bad. Dude, there was a time where Dexter, Breaking Bad, Peaky Blinders, and The Office were all going on at the same time. That is mind-boggling to me. Like, that was the prime of TV, and The Walking Dead was going on. Walking Dead's been around for way too long, but we'll cover that in the Walking Dead section. But when I'm talking about Peaky Blinders has been around for a long time, okay? And we're talking about this world. It's like, it's during like the Irish Mafia, and then you got the English Mafia, and then you got all those mafias. And then I'm living in during that time, and to quote my mother really quick, everybody had heart back then. Everything was ugly, but the men. She meant fast and wise. Okay, that's what Ma said. Anyways, but like, bro, they are dripped out, man. If I dressed like that and walked into a building, people would think, oh, man, there's something wrong with him. No, bro, I want to dress like that. I want to dress like a Peaky Blinder, dog. Keep a razor blade in my hat, bro. And I'm just going to say it, man. These are the badass English people that I respect. I respect these people. Now I'm looking at England and I'm low-key thinking to myself, bro, the fall off is insane. Well, America... we're not getting involved. I know I got an English audience. I need you guys to pick it up for the next gen. If you are from ages 16 to 25, I need y'all to pick it up real quick. I'm sorry, man. The English population let it down last gen, and we need to pick it up this gen. That's what I'm talking about, bro. A Gen Z English people, we need to bring it up. We need to bring it up now. Everybody needs to get that aura up. And when we're talking about Peaky Blinders, this is what I mean, bro. Would I survive in this time? Probably not, bro. Probably not. However, I would take it. No. I would take Star Trek because I think it would be comfortable, just boring. But when I'm talking about Peaky Blinders, I'm just going to put it in meh. Yeah, bro, it's horrifically ugly in the city. But, like, I feel like it was in a time where it was like a sweet spot. Like, it's right before World War II, and you're kind of like, you know it's coming, so you have some time to prepare. But it's also like, yeah. I don't know. I'm going to put it in meh. I think that's valid, man. Game of Thrones. Bro, I don't know what it is about Game of Thrones. I know my ass is getting fed to a dragon. I know. I can see it. I literally can see it, bro. I'm going to walk into, like, the royal family, and they're going to be like, what say you, sir? I'm going to be like, yo, I got some barley, and your dragon, Smokey over there, ate my cow. And I really would like to get repaid. And then it's like, hold your tongue, peasant. And I'd be like, y'all are so inbred, can you not fucking hear me? And then I'm dead. I'm dead. Like, that's my problem, dog. Okay? Don't even get me started if it's during the time of Game of Thrones. Oh, bro, I'm getting executed by Joffrey. 100%. I'm going in there and I'm going to be like, this is the king. This is the king. Some prepubescent child with some MILF over there that his balls haven't even dropped yet. I instantaneously executed. My only chance would be, now this is going to sound messed up, the North might be my best chance. The North might be my best chance. I asked my mom really quick. And listen, I bring that up a lot. Okay, we'll bring her on eventually. And she wants to be a Tyrell. And I'm looking at the Tyrells and I'm like, they might be a bit too soft for me. I don't know, bro. Something about the North, okay? It speaks to me. Like the Michigan brother I am. Michigan Superiority Gang, 411, where we at? We here, okay? Michigan Superiority. I'm sorry. Every single time I bring it up, I gotta bring it up again. Okay, that'll be merch right there. I don't know what it is, bro. I just feel the kinship with the Northern people. They're like, the cold makes us better. Damn right it does. We have winners, bro. I'm sorry, man. I gotta put Game of Thrones. In terms of survivability, it's gonna be less. It's gonna be less than Peaky Blinders. Why? Let's just rattle it down really quick. Everything in the North, okay? The White Walkers, the Lannisters, all the wars that are going on. The betrayals are insane. Don't even get me started on the incest, bro. Bro, you might be F from birth with all the defects you're about to have. And then we have the pestilence, all of the plagues. Grayscale. Bro, did we just forget how horrific Grayscale was? The fact that there's zombies in this universe? Oh, that's another one, bro. Okay, I don't want to throw it out there because there are so many things I have to work on, dog. I have to get the Doom lore video out. And then I'm reading Berserk now. And then I got some Warhammer stuff I gotta work on. We got Elder Scrolls lore that I'm working on. And don't even get me started on the fact that Cthulhu is a thing inside of the Game of Thrones universe. What's going on, bro? I'm like, when I'm talking about this universe, I'm putting it... It's awful, actually. It's awful, bro. Attack on Titan at least has some whimsical elements. However, Attack on Titan, we lost like almost half of the population of the planet. So, honestly, man, depending on where I'm at, I might be able to do well inside of the Game of Thrones universe, but I'm still going to put it in awful, though. Adventure Time! I love Adventure Time, dog. One of my old-time favorite series from my childhood. But, that's another one, bro. The story of Adventure Time is crazy. Like, listen, I used to think that I was onto something when I was like, I think the Great Mushroom War was because of the mushroom clouds. Because there were bombs. And I'm over here like, yeah, no shit. No shit, brother. There's literally like an undetonated nuclear bomb in the background of just about every single scene in that TV show. But then I didn't realize that, like, the dinosaurs had magic and they were wiped out by a comet that was also the Lits. And then the Lits got reincarnated after the comet. And then the dinosaur got reincarnated into a butterfly. And that butterfly got reincarnated in the Finn. And then Finn and the Lits are, like, the duality. And they're, like, constantly battling each other. And then don't even get me started on the fact that the Great Mushroom War may or may not have been because of the influence of Golm, okay? Not Glob, Golb. Yeah, Golb. Which is basically the devil, but he's really just the god of chaos, and he likes the idea of chaos. And then the Litz is actually the last scholar of Golb. Bro, there's just so much, man. There's so much. I ain't surviving, bro. And then you're over here chilling out, and I don't know what it is, bro. Okay, also, but we're all grown. We could say it. Bubblegum Princess or Flame Princess, dog? It ain't a question, man. I'm sorry, bro. It's Flame Princess, dog. And then, no. Whoa. If you're talking about, if you're gonna throw a Marceline in there, let me just tell you something, bro. Okay, listen. My lesbian sisters out there, peace be upon us. Not us, but on you, okay? Listen, lesbian homies 100%. However, I felt personally betrayed when I found out that Marceline took Princess Bubblegum. I'm over here like, what? What? I don't know, bro. Marceline was a baddie. And Marceline was the baddie that we were all looking at. And then Flame Princess shows up and I'm like, yes. But Ethan, he'll roast you to a crisp. Maybe I'd like that. No, you wouldn't. Don't tell me what I want. That was me. That is what they made this for, bro. And Jake seems like a homie. Am I surviving? Probably not. It's pretty whimsical. I'm putting it in meh. I'm gonna put it in meh, dude. I'm gonna put it in meh, bro. Finn and Jake find a way to solve everything. I'm gonna put it in meh. I think I got it. I think I do. I really do. The Walking Dead. We would pack, you know what? Crass out. Okay, crass out. We would have packed this shit up within 5 days. I'm sorry, bro. The Walking Dead is one of the most headache-inducing apocalypses. Like, you gotta turn your brain off and been like, yup, the zombies just won because of the plot. They had to. They had to have won because of the plot. I remember the fan theory that the entirety of The Walking Dead was occurring inside of the mind of Rick Grimes and he was gonna wake up out of it in a coma. And they even played with that idea. But the reason why I thought it was kind of real is I never once believed that the walkers would actually be able to overthrow the U.S. government. There is no way. There's actually no way that that was going to happen, bro. I'm sorry. You mean the walking people pudding, things that I could literally take out by poking their forehead too hard like an underdeveloped baby. Those things took us out? Those things. Bro, you put some hand wraps on me, I am, bah, 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 bah. Like, dude, I'm destroying them, bro. Well, it's not the zombies that are the bad part, it's the people. No shit. But it's because the zombies are nothing. I'm sorry, bro, we would have packed this shit up so quick. Now, in terms of a universe to live in, there's food. Like, it's so weird, bro. The food would have gone bad. The bodies would have rotted by now. I'm sorry, bro. The more I talk about it, the more I'm like, it's bad. But, like, we'd figure this out. I'm sorry, bro. I wouldn't be surprised if the entirety of, like, oh, there's another one. The reason why The Walking Dead is still on now isn't just because of the comics. It's because it's been artificially kept alive because AMC needs The Walking Dead to stay in business. AMC needs The Walking Dead so badly that that every single time a showrunner has an end goal in mind, they will let them do a season or two, and then they'll get rid of them because they don't want it to end. That's a real... Dude, look up all the different showrunners that have been kicked out of The Walking Dead or left. Because the people... AMC wants The Walking Dead to basically go... They want The Walking Dead to become Simpsons. That's the truth, bro. That's why there's so many spin-offs with this thing, okay? And then... Like, it's the same thing. They wanted Breaking Bad to go on for 10 seasons, and they wanted, like, a spin-off. They at least gave them Better Call Saul and El Camino. But they wanted a whole bunch of stuff with the Breaking Bad universe. And with it kind of just ended with them saying, bro, no, we're going to end it when we want to end it. Same thing with Sons of Anarchy. Walking Dead was just the one that they got to go on for longer and longer because it became a money-printing machine. That's the truth, bro. And in terms, it's just, yeah, it would be bad, but I got this. The Invincible universe. Let me tell you something, bro. I'm sorry. The Invincible universe might be the worst one. It might. It might be the worst one, bro. Because at least the Marvel universe, if you were, like, middle of the country, you probably weren't getting eviscerated, and it was, like, population centers that were getting fucked up. But in the Invincible universe, it's indiscriminate, bro. At any time, a Viltrumite can just come down and just turn you into paste on the wall. Don't even get me started with it. Also has everything else that's bad. It has the multiverse. It has time travel. It has... And the time travel's just lackadaisical. Like, they don't even really talk about it. There's so many superheroes, you lose count. That's another thing, bro. There's a point in, like, Season 3 where, like, a group of kids are bullying Oliver, and he's purple. And I'm over here like, brother, I'm sorry. You're in a universe where superheroes are so plentiful. They're not even, like, that rare. And the purple kid that comes out of nowhere, you think that is the kid to pick on? I'm sorry, that's a superhero. That is a superhero, and you're about to be turned into an origin story, dog. Okay? And then, on top of all that, you have the fact that, like, every other week, everything nearly goes to hell. And it's worse than the Marvel universe because it's like, hey, yo, bro, it's already just so up to work. Like, I'm sorry, bro. People, we just gloss over this. It has to be so cheap to live places. Like, I don't ever want to hear in these, like, superhero universes where it's like people can't afford to live. What do you mean? What do you mean? Nobody wants to live in the population centers, dog. Nobody should. But yet, they're always packed. I'm sorry, it gets to the point where, like, in the next Marvel movie, where if New York gets destroyed again and there's still people, I don't even feel bad for them. I'm sorry, at this point, if you're still living in population centers in these superhero universes, I don't feel bad. The moment a superhero spawns in, I'm sitting my ass in the country and I'm just waiting until it's over. Well, they're superheroes, they stopped the crime! Yeah, they're supervillains now. For real, dog. I'm sorry, like, awful. It's awful. Yeah, I can't even say, it's just awful. The Clone Wars, okay, when we're talking about the Clone Wars, Doug, I know this is Star Wars, I know I already talked about it, but the Clone Wars was a part of my childhood, and I want to talk about it more. Anakin is 100% justified to do what he did, in terms of disobeying the Jedi Order. And I know I already brought it up in the Star Wars universe, and some people said, oh, you mean the Empire that has slavery? Yeah, because it's ran by the Emperor. Yeah, bro. Like, Darth Vader never actually got to run anything. Like, that's the sad part about, like, Darth Vader's character and Anakin's character, is that he was so woefully naive that he thought that the Emperor was actually gonna allow him to run anything. No, that's the beauty of it. Now, him rebelling against... You notice that? Not one person was trying to justify slavery underneath the Jedi. Not one person tried to justify it. Why? Because it's unjustifiable. You mean to tell me... I know I keep on harping on it, but growing up, it boggles my mind, because even as a kid, I was like, why aren't the Jedi just paying for Anakin's mom's freedom? Why didn't they just, like, I don't know, pick her up afterwards? Why didn't they just do that? Like, I feel like that would have been there. Well, the Jedi are not meant to have attachment. Yeah, but, like, you recognize that Anakin would have more attachment issues knowing that they left his mom as a slave on a sand planet than they would of your mom's safe, but you don't have to see her anymore. Like, you don't have to you don't have to worry about her. Like, I feel like this was something that you could have done. But no, the Jedi are so high up in their towers that they don't even realize this shit. No, the Jedi had to go, dog. They did. The Jedi had to go, bro. Way too arrogant to be running the universe at any meaningful capacity. Okay, not even just the galaxy, dude. Well, actually, it was the Republic. Yeah, bro, we can keep the Republic. The Jedi either need to step up in terms of keeping peace in the universe. And that's another thing. So... well, the Jedi should be not getting involved in the affairs of others. You guys run the fucking military. You guys run the military, dog. You guys, by all means, have the biggest stick in the room. If you want the power of that, then you inherit the responsibility of that. Get rid of slavery, then. Okay, and that's when we're talking about the Clone Wars, bro. It just seems like an all-around... like, none of it seems lit. Even Coruscant seems awful. Naboo, there's like an assassination every other week. Awful. But actually, yeah. I'm still keeping it an awful, bro. There's so many things that go bad in this universe that it's like, yeah, awful. Rick and Morty. Yeah, no, Rick and Morty's probably the worst. Probably is. Why? Your entire universe could go up in flames for just a side joke. And I like Rick and Morty. I used to love it. Now I'm kind of like, I think Rick and Morty's starting to lose me a little bit. I'll be real here. It's not terrible. Like, some people go far and say Rick and Morty's almost unwatchable. What do you watch? I'm sorry, if Rick and Morty is unwatchable, that's a bit much, bro. Now, I think it's fallen off a little bit. I think which is kind of weird. The moment they get a storyline that they have to do, that's the moment where they start kind of slacking a little bit. And when I'm talking about Rick and Morty, I don't want it to go away because I want to see something come out of it. But, like, in terms of surviving in the Rick and Morty universe, that's you don't. There's a whole plot point of them accepting the fact that whole universes are destroyed because of them, and it's meaningless because it's in the multiverse. The moral of the story is nihilism. I'm not kidding. Like, no, like, even if it's like, well, they learn to care for each other. It's not the family that you are given, it's the family that you make. Yeah, but, like, you also have to accept that because of you, whole universes of people will suffer. So, like, nihilism, yeah, it's just nihilism, bro. It's nihilism in the spectrum, bro. The worst. Supernatural. Brother, they lost the fucking plot with this series. It's so wild. For anyone who doesn't know how Supernatural is, let me give you the brief rundown, okay? So there's a demon hunter. Okay, he's a supernatural hunter, okay? It's Jeffrey Dean Morgan. And Jeffrey Dean Morgan had a wife, and they had 2 kids. The Winchester boys, okay? And the Winchester boys lost their mom, and their dad left them. And then they became demon hunters, too. And then one of their girlfriends died, and then they proceed to hunt demons. And then you know how the series ends? They literally kill God! That is how it ends! What are we talking about? Well, they actually didn't kill... They killed God! And then he came back! That is how it ends! Spoiler warning! Brother, let me tell you everything that happens up to this point. They killed just about every single arts demon of hell. All of it, like Beelzebub, Asmodeus, Behemoth, all of them, okay? And they kill the devil. They take out Archangel Michael. They kill the Egyptian gods, or like contain them. Skinwalkers, Wendigos, golems, every single mythological creature ever even conceived of, they took care of. There's even a multiverse plot. What's going on? I can't. This is awful. It's confusing. I'm scared. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done. Too much. I'm going home. And by home, with a rope. I don't know. It's too much. Supernatural universe, it's too much for me. I can't. I'm overloaded. I'm done. Arcane. Love me some Arcane, dog. One of my all-time favorite animated shows from now on. Ooh, there's one that I can put on here, and I should put on here before it's over. When I'm talking about the Arcane universe, okay? Here's the problem. I ain't surviving no matter what, dog. Like, I ain't gonna make it. It's a beautiful universe. It has, like, that cool steampunk feel to it. And I think that's a large, like, portion of why people love it as much as they do. But at the same time, dog, like, you got Noxus. You have an entire storyline of maybe, basically, Julius Caesar coming back from the dead. No, basically, Genghis Khan coming back from the dead and reconquering the entire continent again. And then you have magic, extra-dimensional beings, demons, gods, angels, and then you're over here just, I don't know, chilling. It's a lot, but it's also in the same realm of, like, it's really beautiful, though. I'm putting it in bad. I would find a way to cope, but at the same time, bro, bad. Regular so. Probably one of the worst. Honestly, bro. This might be one of the worst. Why? Because this is going to be a spoiler warning. And yes, I'm going to give you more of a spoiler warning for this than Supernatural. Because, yeah, this is your spoiler warning for the end of Regular So. So you find out at the end of Regular So, like, a lot of the episodes are actually in their own universes. And that, like, Mordecai and Rigby and the entire cast have died multiple times over and over again, and it's just a repeating cycle of over and over and over again. And that's how they explain, like, episodic episodes where the cast either dies or, like, how did you guys come back from that? Because they didn't. That's the reasoning. And because they did that, I'm probably done, too. Like, you could live a semi-normal life, but at the same time, you know what? I'm going to put Regular So and Awful, and I'm going to move Clone Wars down the bad. I actually think that's very valid, bro. I think it is. The Boys universe. I'm going to be real here. I think it would just be like normal life. I don't think I would notice too much. Like, oh, dope, they're superheroes. Well, you can be collateral damage. I'm not living in the city, dog. Like, this might be easier to cope with, because the Invincible universe, you're safe nowhere. There is literally not one place that you are safe, okay? At least in the Boys universe, a lot of the crime is made up, and they're over here, like, Homelander will do his photo op. I ain't getting involved in any of this, bro. I don't want to live in the city. I'll live in the universe, and I think it'll be kind of dope. Like, no, I think superheroes would be kind of fun. I think they would. But, like, this is where my nihilism comes in. I'm sorry, superheroes would not be good people for that much longer. Why? Good people don't stay good forever. I'm sorry, the quickest way to make a good person bad is give them everything they ever wanted. Give them everything that they want. I guarantee you they're at least going to become more gray. No, give them everything they want. And then tell them that, hey, if you continue doing what you want to do, you're going to lose what you have. If you give a good person something that they can lose, then they will become something other than righteous. That is the difference between somebody that's good and somebody that's righteous, because the righteous person is willing to get rid of something that they love. A good person just wants to maintain. Sorry, I don't think you guys expected a little bit morality lesson in here, but that's what I think about the boys universe. I feel like it would be like, meh, okay, they're here. Like, it's not, yeah, they're here. Dope. I'm just not gonna live in the city, dog. Well, there's something. I'm sorry, bro. I give it 10 years before they start giving, like, subscription services for superpowers. I think that's what's next for the boys universe. American Horror Stories. Think about what I said with Supernatural, but, like, make everything, like, slightly freaky. Bro, I'm sorry. I used to watch the American Horror Story, and it's still on. It's still on. It doesn't end. Okay? And I'm gonna keep it real with you, dog. Everything in there is scary, but, like, they make it weirdly freaky. And it confuses my brain, and I don't want to watch it. I'm just over here like, I can't anymore, boss. I can't, bro. Turn it off. Turn it off. Well, the Antichrist is born, and he's hot. No! That's how I feel, Doc. I can't. We have to go back in time to stop the Antichrist from being born. Are you ready? I'm sounding like Rick trying to convince Morty of doing some shit, and I'm over here like, hey, Rick, I don't want to do that. Well, too bad. That's how I feel. It's too much. I'm not surviving, bro. Okay? And, like, there's magic, there's demons, there's aliens, there's mermaids, and they all want to fuck you. It confuses my brain, and I don't want to. There's a Bigfoot. I can't. And the dude who played Dahmer is here. I don't want to do this anymore, but that's how I feel. I would pick anything other than, like, I'm putting it in the worst. Bro. I can't. I just can't. Stranger Things. I'm gonna be real here, dog. This would be a lot worse if, like, a group of the Goonies is not solving all of these issues. I'm sorry, bro. The more I look at the Stranger Things universe, the more I'm kind of like, yeah, but, like, I'll be okay. Like, I'll be fine. Like, if we're gonna be real here, like, I'll be fine. It seems like everybody is kind of doing well maintaining. Like, we'll have a part where we're, like, nearly fucked. But outside of that, like, we're doing fine. It's like, well, I mean, it could go. Brother, I'm sorry. The Goonies and one superpowered chick is taking care of literal multiversal threats. And then everybody else is like, well, fucking let them do it then. Let them do it. Okay? That is how I feel. I'm over here like, I don't really want to get involved. Okay? Would I want to be their friends? No. Why? I just don't. I'll be like, no, brother, you, get away from me. That would be me. I'll be real. I just could. I couldn't. Like, no. It's not even in the worst. It would just be like, meh. Like, I think I would do good. The Walking Dead universe, everybody's like, society as a whole is not just going on, but they barely notice what's going on in the Stranger Things universe. So I'm putting it in meh. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Okay, this was one I added as a last minute. Here's the thing. I think people, like, it wouldn't be the worst. It would be pretty bad. Why? How about this? Would you want to live in the Avatar: The Last Airbender universe as a non-bender? Like, no, bro, you would experience a whole different type of, like, persecution. That's another thing. You want the most unrealistic part of the entire universe of Avatar: The Last Airbender is the fact that the first people who weren't, like, either wiped out or, like basically put in labor camps were non-benders. That's the most unrealistic part of the entire Avatar: The Last Airbender universe, is the fact that non-benders are still in society. Like, do you know? Or in fact, where we're going is that the non-benders might exterminate the benders. I think that's where the story's eventually gonna go, especially like when we're all grown up. I think that's how they're gonna do it. But I don't understand how the benders have kept the non-benders alive. Like, I feel like that would be one of the first things that, like, would be gotten rid. I think non-benders would be taken care of before the air nomads. And I understand the air nomads were taken out because they were the next line in avatars. But, like, non-benders are still around? Maybe the non-benders are around because they're used as, like, slave labor. But, like, I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet. Because it's not like, well, no, everybody's equal in this world. Like, no. Okay? In this world, the non-benders are significantly inferior to the benders. The benders can literally do everything that the non-bender can do, but they can bend. They can control an element. I'm sorry, the fact that the non-benders have not been either enslaved or wiped out entirely in this universe is insane. So I'm gonna put it in bad, only because, like, I know it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of when. And there you go. Those are the worst TV show universes, okay? This was a pretty fun video. I always feel euphoric after these heavy ranty videos because it lessens the toll on my soul, okay? That's the best way that I can describe it. We have some historical videos that are coming back out. I just wanted to give that a break. I wanted to give a little bit of break from the Aura videos for a little bit. I want to let that meta rest. We have a couple things coming into the channel. Thank for the people that are supporting the Minecraft Confessions. I'm going to cut that up, and I'm going to do it, like, throughout the week. So, like, there'll be a part 2 to the video that released yesterday as the time of this being posted. So, we have that going on Tuesday. We still got to put out some other videos that are, like, I say moist critical style, but it's really just me ranting in my, like, on my PC. We have a Doom lore video that's coming out within the next couple of weeks for the release of Doom the Dark Ages. We have a lot that's coming out, and I am so unbelievably hyped. And if any of that sounds good, please consider like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to get to 250,000 subscribers before the end of the year. And if I want to be delusional, 500,000 subscribers before the release of GTA 6, May 26th of 2026. That is the goal, and if you want to help me do that, subscribe down below, bro. We also got some, I don't want to reveal too much, but we have a few adventures that we're going to do. I will be doing, like, almost like, not a vlog, but, like, listen, we'll do like a combat sport thing. Like, if you guys want to see me do, like, a tournament or, like, a boxing match for, like, a 200,000 subscriber special, I think that'd be pretty fun, and I'm open to doing that because that's a part of my life that I do want to share with you guys. And with all that out of the way, I will see you all in the next video. Adios, guys.